Great. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for coming to our Thursday night events. These are the one team story time events that we host every Thursday. And if you are new to these calls, we've been hosting these ever since quarantine happened. So the end of March for the last five and a half months now. We put these together because we knew that people were going to go into isolation and people were going to experience different situations in their lives, and we wanted to help. And we didn't know for sure how to help, but we knew that we were being called to do something. And so Trisha and I and Kimberly, who often helps us, came in at the last minute and like, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's hold these events. Let's invite everyone to come on and become a family. And that's exactly what has happened. So I want to thank all of you because so many of you have come on every single week. If you have, go ahead and tell us about how many of these events you have been to, because I love to see those numbers. But we host different events every single Thursday. And sometimes they're 100% isogenics related because we love our isogenics. We are so passionate. If you are passionate about isogenics, state that in the chat as well. We love to blow up our chat. So you'll see it just really starts to move. Go ahead. There's lots of people watching the chat and answering questions. But if you love isogenics, let us know. If you've been on a few calls, let us know that. If it's your first one, welcome. Welcome. We love to continue these every single week because it does bring us together. It's become a family. It's extremely positive. We always have knowledge. We learn about people's lives. And if you are new to our calls, they're a little different. We bring these calls in a very vulnerable situation. We ask our presenters to be as vulnerable as they possibly can and tell their stories, because we want to show stories of different lives that people that have gone through different things. They were invited to this incredible nutrition or found out about us and their lives changed and how they've changed, because we want to give that hope and that life and that vision of what can be for people who don't know about this yet. And there's so many more people who are going to continue to find out and learn as we share these stories. So please feel free. Continue to share these recordings, invite people. We're here every single Thursday and we're here to give love. That's what we do. And with no exception, I'm going to start the slideshow and just share with you a little bit about what we do. Hold on, I had it up and there it is. All right, great. So a lot of you are familiar with isogenics. And if you're not and you are a guest, welcome. Welcome to our home. Many of us have found this to be the home and the place that we absolutely love. And what we have found is that, number one, the nutrition that is offered is just incredible. And as Christi shares her story in just a little bit, you're gonna really see what nutrition, good nutrition, can do and make a difference for people. But we also have found out by sharing this with other people and just this passion that so many have discovered, there's a financial benefit to it as well. Some people come just to share with others because they're passionate and happy and excited about what they have found. Some people love to receive food for free. If you like getting food free, go ahead and mark that in the chat as well, because who doesn't want to eat for free the rest of your lives? And then others of us have found that there's a complete wealth program involved. And that's what CeCe is going to be talking about later on tonight, along with her husband, Anthony, who's had an incredible product experience himself. And we share that. We share all of these bonds. But one thing that we all have found is this community and this family. So go ahead and state some of your favorite things, or if it's all of the above, let us know. Let our guests know, what do you love about what has come into your life ever since somebody invited you to just learn more about it? And for many of us, it is this isogenics, the art of well-being. So we have done a few changes just recently, and our vision. I just love to take some time to read through this vision. Everyone deserves to experience a healthy, joyful, and abundant life. Now let me know in the chat room, is that you? Do you feel like you deserve that? Because we always have to start with ourselves. We start with everything, right? We deserve, we should receive, but sometimes we have to ask for it. So ask for it and receive it. And that's what we're gonna help with tonight. but ask for that healthy, joyful, and abundant life that can be created. All right, now who wants to look better, eat better, feel better, move better? Right? That's a big part of our program, is helping people just be exactly who they have always wanted to be. And for a lot of people, that's what this is: looking better, feeling better, moving better, eating better. And we do it together. All right, we talked in just a few minutes ago. Every week, every Thursday, same time, same phone number, we have different presenters. And next week, I am thrilled to announce that we are going to have Carl and Samantha Utopo. They're from Australia, so you're going to hear their accents and all the fun things that they bring to the table. And our loved Eric Coover. Last week we had Kathy Coover, his mom. Now we're going to bring in Eric, bring in the entire family, because they're so passionate about sharing their love for Isogenics as well, and where we continue to grow and what we continue to become, that they want to continue to be with us and be a part of this journey and family. So that's next week. So let's blow it up, right? All right. I want to start by introducing a few of our guests. Let me go back to Eric real quick. We have 3 guests that are joining us tonight, and I want to thank them from our heart. And Christy just came to us really recently, like yesterday. So thank you so much, Christy. Christi McCarthy, as you're going to hear her story, just has a beautiful way of sharing. And she loves people. She's a nurse. She's been an insurance agent and a mom. And you're going to see by her story and her pictures how much she cares and loves people in life. CeCe President is going to be joining us at the end with her formula to success. So if you are here to learn about how this can make a difference in your life, both with the product as well as with the wealth program, because we're in a world right now where so many things are changing, and they change every single day. People are looking for the outlets. People are looking for what can they do just in case, or maybe just in case happened. I know I spoke to one of my customers today who was a part of that. Just in case happened today. We need to let people know that there's options in this world. So CeCe, as she goes through everything, is going to show us how obtainable it is. We have to work hard. You know, let's have our disclaimers. It doesn't just happen. We work hard to make these things happen. And we're so blessed to bring on her husband, Anthony President, who we get the pleasure of hearing his story and how much he loves the products and what he has done. So let's have everybody drop the mic tonight and get started. And Christi McCarthy, if you can share your story with us, we're here to just soak it all up. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for that super, super warm welcome. I'm so excited, Stephanie, to be a part of this call, and CeCe and Anthony as well, and everyone who's joining us. And so I just want to say good morning or evening, depending upon where you're joining us. Again, I'm so honored to be on this call. As Stephanie had mentioned, my Isogenics journey just really recently started. I was a customer user about 6 years ago while I was in nursing school. But I didn't understand what I had in front of me. And the picture you just saw just a moment ago, just a little bit about me. As you heard, I am a nurse by trade, but I was in insurance for a number of years, and I'm a serial dieter. So you see this cute little photo, I think it's kind of funny, of me in high school. I'm the number 23 there, my senior year, playing volleyball. And I was a 3-letter earner all throughout high school. And so athletes just came easy to me. Keeping a nice figure came easy to me. I grew up on a farm with great foods. And as I got older, you know, things start to happen. Your body changes, you have children, life is crazy. You're cooking for your family, you're running a business. And being a serial dieter, I tried everything. So keto, paleo, Whole30, and every single time that I changed diets, everything came back with friends, right? You've probably heard that saying about serial dieters, that there's the yo-yo effect, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But what I learned by being a registered nurse and seeing people in and out of the hospital, you're seeing some family photos here too as well, is that medications oftentimes just really mask the true issue of what's happening for people, not always fixing the root cause. And so I stumbled upon this system when my father had stage 4 cancer, pancreatic cancer actually, and needed to have better nutrition source other than the sugar-laden foods that's on the market, since cancer metabolizes sugar. And so with the pancreatic cancer, he just couldn't keep his weight on. That was his biggest problem. And so I researched heavily, again, looking at university studies, peer-reviewed articles. And what I found really changed my perspective about why people gain weight, or why they're not healthy, why diets don't work. And so I've personally seen people's lives change just by getting better nutritionally dense foods and by detoxifying. So as you saw in that photo, you saw my before and after journey. Again, I face the same challenges that I think everybody does. Hectic jobs, lots of travel, busy family life, aging bodies, mom bods, dad bods. But through this simple process, what I found was I was able to release 15 pounds. And when I say 15 pounds, what's really exciting about that is it's visceral fat. And for those of you who aren't familiar with visceral fat, I'm not going to get too sciencey or anything like that. But visceral fat is basically what is usually from the midsection, front and back. And it encompasses all of your organs. And it's very, very dangerous. It increases your risk for all types of heart problems, brain problems, Alzheimer's, things like that. And so many people, if they looked at my before and after photos, wouldn't say that I necessarily needed to keep it or take any weight off. But again, being an athlete before, I was uncomfortable in my own clothes. And so I was used to that certain body type. I was used to being able to just go shopping and buy clothes and not spend hours and hours looking for the skinny jeans that make you feel fat, having to find a bikini to end up in a one piece. Like, we've all been there. And so I had no energy. I didn't have any desire to go to the gym, because when you're not fit, you don't want to go to the gym because you feel like everyone's staring at you, right? Can anyone identify with that, right? And so basically depression was sinking. And I thought, this is what it's going to be like to be in my 40s. Just accept it, just move on. But then I realized I really didn't have to. And so again, I tried all these diets. They weren't working. I came across this system. And all I can say really is that my mind was just blown away. I was happy to find something that was simple. I didn't have to think. I didn't have to go to the grocery store and buy 50,000 different fruits and vegetables that I didn't know what to do with anyway. And it really could be a full lifestyle. And so that's what really was important to me. Diets come and go. Lifestyles don't. And if it's something that's simple that anybody can follow, who doesn't have to be a nurse, doesn't have to understand nutrition, I was just blown away. And then learning that this company is going to be the #1 health and wellness company in the world, it was just a win-win. I understood business. I have dissected businesses before, run an insurance practice. I had staffing. I always like to say, when you own a business, it really owns you. The ball and chain is always there. You go on vacation, this thing is ringing all day long. Like, I swear I get more phone calls when I was on vacation than when I was in the office. So it's just absolutely crazy. So I was open and looking for something completely different. And I guess when you experience a miracle, you want to share it. So I have a lot of people that have joined this business as a customer, and they say, oh, I'm never going to share it. I don't want to build anything. I don't want to create these teams or anything. Next thing I know, they lose some weight, and they may not even mention it to anybody. But then all of a sudden they'll say, oh, I went to this event and my friend Sally said, you look amazing. What are you doing? And you just start to naturally share. And that's what I love so much about this, is that you naturally are just sharing. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the science of it. CeCe or Stephanie, if someone wants to hit the slides for me, that would be great. But I'm just going to speak briefly. I think, just like Stephanie said, the stories, the testimonies, the experiences of others are way more important than all this other business part. Okay, but we do need to talk a little bit about what we have solutions for. So what you're seeing in this slide is that we have solutions for weight loss. I touched on that briefly. The other piece that's not shown here is we also can help with weight gain. So it's not just the weight loss. So you see, like with the performance, we can help for people that are trying to increase their lean muscle mass. And then vitality and well-being. Everybody wants to feel better. Everybody wants to have more energy. Most of the time when I talk to people, how are you doing? Oh, I'm really tired. I'm really stressed out, right? We're hitting all of those markets. And personal care and beauty, I absolutely love the skincare line. I think it's absolutely amazing. And then financial wellness. Now, this is just as much as an important component as any of these other parts. Some people do join us just for the financial side, and that is perfectly fine. This is an amazing business. If you're just a customer considering the products, that's perfectly fine as well. You don't have to worry about that side of this at all. But as you see in the bottom of that slide, look at those numbers. 71% of people in the US are considered overweight. Overweight's like 10 pounds. Like, obese gets to be higher numbers. We're not even talking about that. But then the performance and the vitality, the fitness industry, let's just say, you turn the TV on, what do you see? Fast food, right? Bad food, and drugs to fix you. But there aren't really a lot of people out there talking about how do we prevent these things from happening. And it really comes down to our poor diets. A lot of people have diabetes, all these different things. And so what you're seeing here on this next slide are just some of the products. We've got tons, like over 200 products. But these are some of the most important ones. And the one there on the far left is our Isogenics, our Isoline shake. We also have a pro version. So for those of you who are, again, trying to build some more muscle or who are athletes, the shakes are absolutely incredible. There's lots of different flavors. We have plant-based shakes as well. They taste amazing. All you need is a cup of water. If you have a blender, great. If you have ice, great, but it's not absolutely necessary. And you're just replacing a couple of meals per day and then having a nutritious meal for dinner, a couple of snacks throughout the day. So you feel full. That's another thing. I have a lot of people that will tell me, I took this shake and I thought I'd be hungry in like 10 or 15, 20 minutes. 3 hours later, I forgot to have my second shake because I just felt that full. And then the next thing you're seeing there is our Cleanse for Life product. So intermittent fasting is a hot button right now. So you're probably seeing that all over the place because of keto and other diets. What's absolutely incredible is that Isogenics has been doing that from the beginning, from the early 2000s, before anyone knew what even intermittent fasting, the word was. And so basically what the company has put together is this amazing product. It's nothing but botanicals. It's all natural. You're taking that a couple times throughout the day, having some snacks. And intermittent fasting, sometimes people will call that also a cleanse. And it's not like you're going to go have a colonoscopy type of cleanse, nothing like that whatsoever. You're eliminating it naturally through your urine. But what I learned about dieting is that the human body will take a toxin. So if my fist is a toxin, it wraps it in a layer of fat. And so the more toxins you have, the more fat you're typically going to have. And so when you change your diet or change your nutrition and you're losing weight, you're releasing that fat, you're releasing those toxins. And so what often happens is if you don't get the toxins out of your body, as soon as your diet goes back to normal, what you were eating before, your body says, oh my gosh, fat production. I've got to get all these little toxins floating around covered up again. What's so different about this system, because we have the high quality nutrition and we're giving the body exactly what it needs, these little toxins are gotten rid of through that intermittent fasting. And so there is no rebound effect. You're not gaining all those friends back, right? All your friends are product users, okay? But you're not getting all the extra pounds that are coming back. And then the next product, I love this one, adaptogens. That's a big word right now too, right? We've had these products for a long time, but plant adaptogens are just naturally occurring substances in nature, and they help reduce stress in our body. Again, all of our products are completely natural, above organic grade. And then we have a fantastic line of nutritional support. I love the Isogenesis. Definitely check that out. Ask your friend who invited you on to give you some information on that. I have stories upon stories. I've got one girl in my group that she has white hair. She's been taking the vitamins on and off because of finances for about 3 months, but she's getting brown hair coming in. Her hairdresser looked at her and was like, what are you doing? Like, how are you getting more hair growing in at age 74 and it's brown? And I'm like, nuh-uh, show me the photos. And of course she's sending me the photos. Like, it's just incredible what these products can do. And then targeted nutrition. So we have things specifically for some people that have like some heart conditions or cholesterol. There's a great product for immune boost, which is perfect for right now because of course we're all trying to stay away from the big C, right? Nobody wants to talk about Corona. And then I love the exercise and performance products as well. Listen, I was not a believer in performance-based products. I had tried them from stores we won't name, and they never seemed to do anything for me. I felt like I was just taking in, drinks that tasted good and probably had some sugar in them. So I was very skeptical, but when I did try those products, what I found was absolutely incredible. It amped up my workouts, my energy. I was absolutely shocked. And what you're seeing on this slide are just some of the other products that we have as well. So you've got a whole performance-based line. I love, 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 love the energy drinks. The Beebe, I have one of those every single day. Again, there's plant adaptogens in there, naturally occurring energy from green tea. And our Zija line is newer with us, which I'm super excited about that, with Moringo. So take a look at that, plant-based. It's like the super, super, super fruit that many people have never heard of. So I absolutely love the targeted solutions. Again, if you have questions on these, feel free to get with the person. Then invited you on. We've got tons of information. And then you see here, these are some of the packs. Now there's numerous packs that you can choose from. How do I get started? I'm just going to tell you a quick little story before I get into this. But so my mom has been using supplements forever. She's a home economist. She knows nutrition. Like she just knows all this stuff. And I introduced her to this system. She got a couple of the products. She's like, oh, I want to finish off what I have in my pantry, because she had like probiotic. I mean, she had everything there was. Like, okay, that's fine. She starts using our products. And then all of a sudden she goes, oh, I think I need to get that too. And I'm like, don't you already have a bottle of that from XYZ company? Yeah, but I think I need to go and do it. In the long run, here's what happened. So instead of starting with a pack, saving some extra money on it, she ended up spending a little bit more money because she still ended up with everything in the pack within the first 30 to 60 days. So don't make that mistake, okay? Jump in and get the pack that you need for what you're trying to accomplish. And we can help talk you through that as well. But basically what you're seeing here is just a couple of different types of different levels of where you want to start. You know, some people don't want to look at spending $600 right out of the gate. But here's what I will tell you with any of these. Take a look at your food budget. How much are you spending right now at the grocery store, right? Or fast food, right? How many times do you not have time to get breakfast, but somehow you find yourself in the McDonald's line? Like, okay, we don't need to do that. So this first pack you're seeing here, we're looking at, like about $20-ish per day. The other packs you can end up at $3 to $6, sometimes $8 a day. If anyone can eat for less than $20 or $30 a day, this type of food quality, please show me, because I don't know how to do that. Okay. All right. So at this point in the presentation here, I'm going to be introducing someone that I love to see my friend CeCe's face light up every single time I hear his name or see a picture. She does a little heart thing. You probably saw it a few minutes ago, but she gets super, super excited. So Anthony inspires and empowers business professionals across the country to help perform their jobs better, enjoy their lives. Like, who wouldn't want that, right? And through innovative instructor-led training. And so he is a master level trainer. Make sure, again, you get out that pen and paper, take some notes. He's got over 20 years of experience, and I'm just so excited to learn from him. So Anthony, please take it away.
All right, folks, good evening, everyone. Folks, I come before you tonight as a product user, and I've got to tell you, before Isagenix, I was fat, fatigued, and frustrated. As someone who had been an athlete in high school, as someone who always worked out, I found myself in my 30s making a complete 360. People would see me and they would say, what happened to you? And it really wasn't a good thing. They said you went from becoming Diesel to looking like Kris Kringle, and that's not something that you want to have happen. And all of it culminated in me going to buy a suit and being told I couldn't fit anything off the rack. And I had to go to the big and tall store to get a suit. So I started working out, and I found myself, with regards to nutrition, being what's known as unconscious incompetent. I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know that I didn't know what I was doing. So I was doing all the working out, but I wasn't feeding my body with the things that it needed in order for me to be fit and healthy. My wife, on the other hand, who was not working out, not going to the gym, I saw her losing weight. I saw her losing inches. And I said, woman, what type of voodoo are you doing? She said, it's no voodoo, it's Isagenix. The minute I started putting Isagenix in my body and working out, it really did start to take off. The weight came off. And folks, I lost a teenager, meaning I lost 92 pounds. The equivalent of most teenagers. I lost that, and it was because of the actual products. So now I believe that I'm fit. I believe that I feel fabulous. And I believe that I'm free to really live the life that I want, to go wherever I want it, and not worry about not being able to sit in the seat at a sporting event because I was too big, or making sure I got the aisle seat on an airplane because I was too big, or wearing certain clothes because I knew that they covered up my body. So from a product user standpoint, what I found was a system for weight loss, a system for vitality, and really something that I just simply cannot be without. Wherever I travel, always make sure that I have my products, and it really is a way of life. And folks, 4 years later, I still lost that middle school student, and I don't want to regain that middle school student. So I would say that if you don't have these products in your body, now is the time to start putting them in your body.
Anthony, you got to read some of these comments that are coming through. They just have no idea, and they're loving everything about your story. I didn't know that, so congratulations on that. What an incredible story. Now I know CeCe has a big presentation, but can one of you just share a tiny bit about your love story, because your love story is just precious.
Go ahead, baby.
You know what? It's so okay. So actually, if you know what, you can just go to the next slide, and I will kind of integrate it as I talk. You guys, I do. I have loved that man since I was 18 years old, and that's me and him. I was 18, he was 19. And we met as kids in college. We absolutely knew we wanted to be together, but you know what? Like, I knew he asked me to marry him after I graduated, after we both graduated. And I said, I'm moving to Atlanta. Will you come with me? And he said, I can't go. And I said, and I can't stay. So we kissed. We said, I love you. And then we never saw or spoke to each other again for 19 years. And I'm going to tell you, when we did finally get back together 19 years later, it was pure D magic. Like, it was the biggest gift. And if you'll go to the next slide, I'll tell you one of the, or the other one, the other way, one of the challenges, the biggest challenge that was, facing us at that point is I was working a job. And I was working a job that required me to travel and be on the road about 175 days a year. And right there, you'll see, now it was a great job. I loved it. I traveled with my two closest girlfriends. One just happened to be an international motivational speaker. Her name is Lisa Nichols, and her assistant Margaret is in the middle. And literally, guys, we were on the stage in Las Vegas on this picture, and we would travel around the world, and we'd share a message about living lives of transformation and abundance and freedom. But the thing is, I knew I wasn't free. And I knew I wasn't free when Anthony and I got back together. And he asked me to marry him. And and I remember saying that, well, baby, of course I'm going to marry you, but it has to be in the month of July, because that's the only month that our wedding would fit on my calendar. And I'm just going to say, Steph, listen, I just knew that that was not the marriage that God had designed for us. And shortly before I met my beautiful friend, Stephanie, a good friend of mine, his name is David Wood, he asked me a simple question, right? And he said, CeCe, I know that you love the work that you're doing with Lisa, and I know you do amazing. He said, but how many days do you travel? And I said, oh, I travel 175 days a year. And he said, and how are you going to do that inside of a marriage? And it really got me to thinking about what it was that I wanted for our marriage and for ourselves. And he said, you had such a great experience with the products, just stay active is what he said. Stay active and you'll gain these points, and the points will turn into money, and the money will be something if you ever should choose. And so I said, okay, David, whatever you say. And that's what I did. But after Anthony and I both had amazing transformations, you guys, I released almost 33 pounds. And he's right. I literally was not really working out, certainly not to the degree that he was. My friends were calling me and they were asking me, CeCe, what are you doing? You look amazing. And because I was willing to share with them, I remember a few months later getting a credit card in the mail, and Anthony says, no, Anthony actually said to me, I was coming back from a trip, And he said, babe, you got an envelope from Isagenix. It feels like there's a credit card inside of it. And I was like, oh, babe, remember I told you my friends kept calling me, asking me what we were doing? I said, you know, and they got started and their husbands got started. I said, do you know that company pays me for that? Like, I was ignorance on fire, Stephanie. I didn't know anything about this. And I opened up the little credit card. I opened up the envelope, their credit card. I go online, and you guys, there was almost $2,000 on that card. And I remember in that moment, I remember saying, well, if I can make almost $2,000 by accident, what could I do if I was being intentional? You know, if I was intentionally plugging into systems, into calls like these, if I was intentional about learning what was inside of the products from people like Christi, or what if I was intentional about serving people at a higher level, or learning how to help people eat for free, or pay a car note, or a light bill, or a gas bill, or a mortgage, or intentional about helping people to create financial freedom. Like I just said, what if? What could happen? And so I did. I just plugged in. I plugged in like you guys are plugging in tonight. And I'm so grateful because now here it is. I've been able to release that job and pursue my business with Isagenix full time as the vehicle that's helping Anthony and I create the financial freedom that we absolutely want. You know, and so I'm just so grateful that now I still get to travel around. Okay, BC, right? BC, before Corona. I got to travel around and I still teach people about transformation, right? How to transform their bodies, abundance, how to live a life of joy and excitement with people that you love, with doing things that you love. And freedom. And now I get to live the freedom that I taught people how to live all that time. So I'm really, really grateful. So tonight I'm just honored that I get to share more about the possibility. We see what this can do to your body, right? Like if you can get rid of that 7th grader that Mr. President released, or, you know, you can gain some lean muscle. We've seen what the products can do for your body, but I'm going to tell you, guys, I want you to see the possibility of what our opportunity can do for all of your life. And so, Steph, if you'll just share those, or Kimberly, you're doing it. Look, one of you are doing some magic there. If you'll just share, we'll go through a couple of slides because I just want you to get a picture. And I'm not going to teach you our compensation plan, but I'm going to give you a vision for if you choose to participate in this, and if you choose to really create something more. Right? I want to give you a journey that if you will follow the journey that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to tell you, you can live whatever life you choose to live for yourself. Right? So there are 5 ways that we earn an income here, that we create an income here. And you know what? I'm going to go back one slide because I want us to make sure that we're intentional. Listen, the foundation of our company, the foundation of every single thing that we do here at Isagenix, from our products to our opportunity, is about integrity. So you're going to hear me talking about this financial opportunity and what it's done for me, you know, what it's done for Stephanie and her family, and what it's doing for so many people. But I want you to understand this. This is real business, right? This is not some get-rich-quick scheme. This takes work, and this is not something you think you're going to put up a Facebook post and then tomorrow you're like, I'm a millionaire. This is not that. You know, this takes energy. This takes effort. This takes loving on people. This takes integrity. But I'm going to tell you, what you get out of this is exactly what you put into it. And so with that, I'm going to share about the different ways that we actually create an income, right? So again, I'm not going to go in depth because I want to give you a picture of a journey, but there are 5 ways to create income. We talk about retail profits. We talk about product introductory bonuses. You're going to hear a little bit of that about later, team bonuses. We call those cycles. That's the residual income. That's the part that makes me stinking excited. That's what wakes me up every day. That's what creates the freedom right there. There's an executive team matching bonuses, promotions, incentives, all these beautiful ways to make money. And so that what it does is it builds income. It allows you to build some income while you're on the way. We call it bridging the gap income. So it allows you, there are opportunities for you to create an income as you're looking to build your network of consumers. At the end of the day, the goal is to build a network of consumers who are absolutely excited about these products and want to use them for life, right? That's the goal. But until we get there, and we know it's going to take us time, effort, and energy to do that. So until we get there, our company has a way for you to earn money daily, weekly, and monthly in order to do that. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to really give you guys a picture of a journey of where we're trying to get to, where we're looking to get to with Isagenix. All right. So now I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to say, listen, if you see any creative spelling, right? If you see any creative spelling, just don't worry about it. Some creative handwriting, I'll clarify it for you along the way, but I'm writing this with my hand. So has anybody, and listen, I'm a trainer and a speaker, so you guys got to, raise your hands and put in the chat box, like, you got to talk to me, because otherwise I won't know that you're picking up what I'm putting down. So I want you all to tell me, has anybody ever heard, raise your hand or put it in the chat box, are you familiar with Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant? Anybody familiar with that? Yes? Okay. All right. I got Beebe and Steph and Heather. Absolutely true. Kimberly, Heather. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I love him too, Carol. So Robert Kiyosaki's, if you're not familiar with it, Robert Kiyosaki teaches us, he is one of the most prolific writers in personal finance. And he teaches us that there are really only 4 ways that people get to create an income. Okay. And this is in the world. And each of those ways are in what he calls his quadrant, right? So I stands for employees. Let's start again. E stands for employees. It's almost 9 o'clock where I am. I just need you all to know that. E stands for employees on the left-hand side of the quadrant. You have E for employees. You have S for people who are self-employed. Employees, we all know what that is, right? You get paid $1 for an hour, yeah? S is for people who are self-employed. That's what Christi talked about before. She was self-employed. She owned her accounting business, like accounting, taxes, insurance. Yeah, there you go, insurance. Right? She was self-employed. And then that's on the left-hand side of the quadrant. B is for big business. Those are people who own companies, own big businesses, right? According to Kiyosaki's definition, they have 500 employees or more. Yeah. And then there's I for investors. Those are people like, Warren Buffett, right? Like they buy stocks and bonds. Well, here's what Robert Kiyosaki shares with us, is that the people on the left-hand side of the quadrant, right? The people over here, they are about 95% of the world's population, and they own about 5% of the world's wealth, okay? Kind of sucky. But over on the right-hand side of the quadrant, these people are approximately 5% of the population, but they own 95% of the world's wealth. Now, obviously, if you're still on this call, or if you're here, you're in Isagenix, you're on this call, you want to create an income. So if you wanted to create an income, what side of the quadrant, you just tell me, left or right, what side of the quadrant is the best side of the quadrant for you to be on if you want to create an income? Just put it in the chat box. So I see Christy. Christy says the right side. What else you got there? Let's see. Stephanie says the right side. Debbie, right side. Absolutely. Listen, if you are interested in creating financial freedom, chances are you're going to need to be on the right. Carol said, let's go. Right. Absolutely. Stephanie Blackbird definitely knows about the right-hand side of the quadrant. I love it. Perfect. So here's my thing. So here's what's next. This is, Kiyosaki doesn't tell us this, but I want you to understand that where you are, where these quadrants are, is all based on what they're leveraging, right? So employees, what do they leverage, you guys, to create their money? I'm gonna write it here in the interest of time, right? They leverage, employees, we leverage time. They leverage time, right? They get paid, you do a function, they pay you $1. You do a function, they pay you $1. You do a function, so they get to leverage their time. If you're self-employed, you typically leverage some specialized skill. Maybe you're an accountant, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a lawyer, right? And you leverage some specialized skill that you've gained. Now, still with your time, but specialized skill. What do you guys think business owners leverage? What do you think business? Oh, absolutely. Oh, amen. Hallelujah, Miss McCarthy. Absolutely. Business owners leverage people. They have 500 employees or more. Again, that's Kiyosaki's definition of a big business. They're leveraging people. They have 500 employees or more. So they have all these employees do things for people. They pay the employees less than the employees bring to the company, and they leverage that and create an income, right? And then investors. What do investors leverage in order to create income? They absolutely leverage money. Yes? They take money, put it in the market. That money creates more money. They put some of that in the market. That money creates more money. Or maybe they buy real estate. I used to own a real estate business, right? And you put money in real estate. The real estate goes up. You take some money out. You buy more real estate, so on and so forth. So here's my question. So now that we know what they leverage, we understand that we have to start leveraging. If we know we want to be on the right side of the equation, we know that we have to leverage what the people on the right side of the equation leverage. Yes? Yes, come on, guys. Yeah, right? Absolutely. So here's what I love. I love that there is a journey, there is a pathway that many people take to get to the golden ticket, which is here at Investor, right? There's a pathway that many, many people take to get here to the world of Investor. A lot of people, they will start, they'll start with a job, and then they'll become really, really good at what they do, and they'll go off on their own, and they'll have their own little small business, and then they'll continue to work hard and grow that business, and now they're a big business owner, and then eventually maybe they'll sell that business or do something, and then they become an investor. So that's a normal pathway that a person might take to get to the golden, right? This spot right here. That's home run. That's where you want to get to. Many entrepreneurs have taken this journey. What I love about Isogenics, listen, guys, I've been teaching people how to create an income literally now for over 2 decades. I've been teaching people how to create an income. And what I love about Isogenics is it takes people on this exact same pathway in order to create an income. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it to you. So in Isogenics, we also have a way we can make income as an employee, as in the self-employed bucket, in the business owner bucket, and in the investor bucket. All right, let me tell you how we do this. Wait, my pencil doesn't want to work for me. Let me tell you what actions we do in the employee bucket. The actions we do is we enroll people. Listen, guys, people are looking for solutions to what we have. People are tired. People want to lose weight. People want to gain lean muscle. People want to age backwards. People want to make extra money. So our first job, we enroll people. When we enroll people, we get something that Isagenix calls a product introductory bonus. That's our time for money exchange for doing the job of helping people open up their accounts with Isagenix. The company will pay us a product introductory bonus. Guys, no matter what a person starts with, you'll earn a bonus. But typically for most people, it's anywhere from $25 to $300 just for helping somebody get started with this nutrition, right? So that's your time for money exchange, okay? Once you get good at that, the next step is you're going to use that specialized skill, what we call helping people to rank advance. What does that mean? Anytime you introduce somebody to Isagenix, you introduce somebody to Isagenix. So Christi introduced her husband and her husband and her mom, yeah? She talked about those two. Anytime you introduce somebody to Isagenix, when you introduce one person on your left, one person on your right, you become a consultant. You become a consultant. But when Christi helped her husband help two people get started and helped her mom help two people get started, Christi created a consultant. The husband had to, the mom had to, right? So she created a consultant. So rank advancement bonuses are all about helping people to get their food for free. Right, so that means she has learned the skill of enrollment, so much so she's developed a specialized skill of enrollment. She's helping other people enroll people, and in Isagenix we call those rank advancement bonuses. And you can earn you'll earn $100 every up to 40 people every time you help somebody you enroll, you help them enroll there too. Right? You earn up to $40,000 doing that. But our other rank advancement bonuses are as you're going up the ladder, there's an additional $2,100 in rank advancement bonuses there. Is that good or good? That's $6,100 right there in that category. Is that self-employed? You're about self-employment. Yeah, absolutely. So as you continue to grow on your journey to financial freedom, because that's where we're looking to take you, you want to go to this next level right here, yeah? Where the activity here, I call it maintaining your rank. What does that mean? As you continue to help people enroll there too. Everybody needs two accountability partners, right? At least everybody needs to have two accountability partners. Everybody always has somebody they want to do stuff with. They want to go to a movie with, they want to go to the amusement park with, they want to go to a new restaurant with, right? We're doing the same thing. And so as you continue to do that, we call it maintaining your rank. And when you maintain your rank, Isagenix pays you something, allows you to participate in something that we call these pools. We call them swimming in the pools, right? We call them swimming in the pools. And there are various types of pools depending on what level you're in. There's one pool you can earn about $3,000 over a 3-month period in that pool. There's another pool that's $7,500 in that pool. There's a third pool that is $10,000 for that pool. Guys, this is real money. This is what we're doing, is we're helping you to bridge the gap. So we just showed you, okay, so in your E category, that's unlimited because you can help as many people as you truly want. Right now, the average Isagenix millionaire, like Stephanie will tell you, most millionaires enroll about 300 people. Yeah, it usually takes about 5-6 years. Right? So, you can earn whatever that is in there. That's, let's say, average at $100 per person. Okay, that's 30 grand there. Then, we had this other $6,100 in this bucket. Then we had this almost $20,000 in this bucket. Guys, that is bridge the gap money. What it's helping us to do is get from enrollment to rank advancing, to maintaining your rank, so that you continue to build up this network. And as you continue to build up this network, the last thing that truly is going to show up for you, but this is the gold standard right here, is something that we call in Isagenix cycles. Cycles. Cycles is the residual income that is produced by your network buying these products and introducing these products to other people. Here's how it works. Every product within Isagenix has a point value associated. Remember, my friend David told me, CeCe, you're going to get all these points, and the points can turn into money. Those are the points that I'm talking about. And every single time the computer system sees that your organization has created 900 points of volume. And of those points, 600 points comes from one of your teams, 300 points comes from another team. Listen, the computer calculates all that. We don't have to worry about that. Look, thank the Lord, hallelujah. I'm not that good at math, right? But every time that happens, the system is going to spit out a unit of pay. That unit of pay is called a cycle, and one cycle is worth $54. Now, guys, listen. In the beginning, you're going to cycle, look, one time a week, right? Here, make $54 a week, and yoo-hoo, I made $54 while you were sleeping. Not by your own effort. You have other people working with you. You're starting to create leverage. And then that one cycle a week is going to turn into 10 cycles a week. That's $540 a week. Can you pay a car note with that? Maybe that pays your mortgage. Maybe that pays for the private school that you wanted to send your kids to. Maybe that pays for the vacation that you and your husband never got to have, or you and your wife never got to have. Maybe that does that. But then maybe it just becomes 100 cycles a week or $5,400 a week. Is life completely different for you? What part of your budget could benefit from an extra $5,400 a week? And listen, I'm going to tell you, my partners and people who are enrolled me in Isagenix, well, they earn about $250,000 a month. So listen, so there's no cap, right? Like it's completely up to you. How many people are you willing to help? How many people are you willing to help have more energy, lose weight, gain lean muscle, age backwards, make an extra income? How many people are you willing to help? And the more people that you're willing to help, it's about leverage. The more people that you're willing to help, you guys, the more income that you get to create for yourself and for your family and for the people that you absolutely love. That's the journey. That's the hero's journey that you get to take. Listen, guys, you are never going to hear me say that this is easy, right? You're never going to hear me say that this is easy. In fact, I always tell people this line should be written like this, because getting through from the left-hand side of the quadrant to the right-hand side of the quadrant, it creates resistance. There's resistance getting through there, you guys. It's not easy, but it's not supposed to be easy. Listen, they don't want you on this side. They'd rather have you over here so they can continue to leverage you as their employee, or continue to leverage your money in your teacher's federal credit union or your teacher's stock plan or whatever, right? So you're more valuable over here to these people than you are on their side. So it's not going to be easy. But I assure you, if you love life, if you love your family, if you love people, if you love being able to donate to the charities that you want to donate to, if you love being able to live the life and create the life for you and your family that they deserve, I promise you, it's absolutely worth it. That's it, Steph. That's what we're doing. That's the journey.
Wow, CeCe, you always know how to just light the fire underneath people and give them that knowledge. And your last couple of statements, it's not easy, and you're so right. But once you get through it, once you get through that barrier, life does become easier. And then it just becomes consistent, and consistent work for this huge amount of opportunities that are available. CeCe, absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, guys, here's the fun part. We only have a couple minutes left, but we will, first of all, let's give everyone, Christi and Anthony and CeCe, big round of applause. Give them some love in the chat and some hearts online, because they poured their hearts out to each one of us and shared their stories and that fire and enthusiasm and such knowledge, right? I know I'm reading those comments. Those are beautiful comments coming in. We just have a couple minutes left. Does anyone have a question? Because what CeCe went over, I'll let you think of your question as we're going through this, is something to share. This is a gift to share with your teams and to really show them a different way of seeing the plan, because so many people understand employee, self-employed, investor. They don't quite understand big business, they just hear about it. But we got to show them this is big business, and this is what we have the opportunity to give anybody that's willing to work for it. So guys, I'm going to open it up to questions. Feel free to throw it out there, whether it's to Christi, Anthony, or CeCe. Whatever question you guys have, we have time for one special question. I'll give you guys a moment. And if you don't have a question, if you just want to give some kudos, that works too. Because yeah, go ahead and keep reading those comments. Christi, you always get me fired up. I love the sciencey stuff. I know. Wasn't that an incredible product demonstration? Pumped me up. So inspiring, so incredible, on fire. I've never seen it presented like that. And that's the key, is we do need to show people different ways of looking at it, because people think differently. And some are going to understand the stick figures, and some are going to understand big business, employee, self-employed, investor. So true gift. All right, well, our time is up for tonight. And I want to thank you guys all so much for joining. Thank you, CeCe, Christi, and Anthony, for sharing and bringing it from your soul, which is what you guys always do.
Thank you so much for inviting us. We feel so incredibly grateful just to be able to be a part of what One Team does. Like Stephanie was saying, I've known you since year one in Isogenics, and I've always been grateful for your friendship. I met Trisha, I think her year two in Isogenics, and so I'm just grateful for your leadership, your friendship, and everything that you do, that you pour your hearts and your time and your energy. Listen, both of you, neither one of you need to be here at this point, and I want everybody to get that. Like, you don't have to do this for us, and the fact that you do just is an example of who you are and how you lead. So thank you so much. I'm grateful for you.
Oh, thank you. You're making me cry. Thank you. Thank you for that. Although I'm going to correct you in one way. I have that need to just continue to give and to people. And that's what Isogenics provides, right? That's from the top down. Who Isogenics is, from Kathy and Jim and Eric. They don't need to be here either, right? They don't need to be doing any of this, but that desire and that need and passion to continue to just give. And from the top down, that's who we attract. So all of you that are on this call and our presenters and everyone that we're going to continue to meet, I guarantee you're going to find people time after time. And we have a few millionaires on this call right now. Time after time, we're going to find people who don't need to continue to work, but we want to. we want to be able to give that. So thank you for sharing that, CeCe, because that is a very, very important fact. And that's the beauty of this community and who it is.
I agree.
All right. All right, everyone, I want to thank you. Thank you for spending your time with us. If your children are starting school tomorrow, good luck. So everyone have the most fantastic evening. We'll see you again next Thursday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.